Oh, what the hell? It's already getting hot up in here. Getting hot up here. Getting hot, getting hot, getting hot. Good morning. How is everybody doing? Good morning, good morning, good morning. I was a little late. I was ready. I just had to wait for Ed to get up because Dan had to leave to get some legal stuff done. Legal stuff. So I am here. Andrew. Grandpa's up and eating. So I'll have to go and check on him. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everybody? Happy Friday to those of you who need Friday to be here. For those of us that, it is what it is. It is what it is. Happy evening to some of you. Yes, happy afternoon to the others. I slept a lot yesterday. I feel somewhat better today, so that's good. Nothing going on for, the retired folk, right? I mean, not really retired, but the people who don't have to get up and go into a job. Hi, Martz. Friday's Friday. It still feels different, right? Friday still feels like a Friday. Monday still feels like a Monday. But there's those of you that work and can't wait for the day off. So for us, it's like, yay, it's Friday. Does it give us an excuse to do something else? I don't know. But it's Friday. So happy Friday for those of you that need it. And those of us who like it, love it, here we are. Every day is the same, but it still has a different feel, right? Grandpa's t-shirts are given to him by all of his friends and followers. Hi, Connie. You can catch me live now that school's out. Woohoo! But still love Friday. Friday's like an excuse. I typically don't know what days it is either. Half the time. I typically don't know either. But Friday just has a different vibe to it. It's like, yes, it's Friday. I think because for so long in our lives, we went to school, we worked, that it still has that rote memory in our brain. Friday, wow, Sunday, wow, fuck Sunday and fuck Monday, But here we are, still trudging. Hi, Nicole. There's nothing going on for me. Dan had everything's so disorganized with his office and his stuff, so he had to go redo something for somebody because we just can't find a file. My morning find today. Yes. Hippity hoppity. My morning find. So now, hi Debbie. So now we have Kitchen Chronicles, the pet edition now. Yes, we had a little baby thumper this morning. It's like, it's just so overwhelming sometimes in the morning. You get up, you just want to wake up and just settle into the day. And you've got chaos. You got your animals bitching at you because they're hungry. You got food all over the place from Dan and his midnight cravings. And then you got animals that are dead on your kitchen floor. Yeah. That bunny. Yeah. So yesterday when I was mowing the pasture, I showed the picture. I took it. Like, that's where it's supposed to be. Out in the wilderness for people to eat it. Not in my house for me to see it. I'll see it. I'm on my land almost every day. Like, leave me the presents at my front door, for fuck's sake. Yeah, it was a little bunny. It was a little bunny. And so what's sad is that, in my first find of the mouse that was in the house, my last couple mice, yes, I have a pasture, so I mow my back 40. And I was like, that was a rat. That was a rat. So good job, cats. Good job. Yeah. But yeah, so no, little bunny foo-foo. Yeah. Little bunny foo-foo. Was yeah. And people were sharing their stories, about rabbits and stuff. That was my first experience with a rabbit. In all my land. Yes. Do I live on a farm? Well, I call it a farm. Yes. Hello from Tunica, not the casinos. I love the casinos in Tunica. Those kitties love their mama. They sure do. But give me like a bag or something, Hermes, Gucci. Louis Vuitton. No, I don't have 40 acres. I have 2. Feels like 40 when you have to take care of it, Dan. Yeah, it feels like 40. Yeah. Good morning, Colleen. So, little bunny Fufu did not stand a chance. No. Oh, Tunica, Florida. Well, I like Tunica, Mississippi. I slept a lot yesterday. I did. I went to bed early, but I was up a lot. There's a lot of people in here that have Cymbalta, right? It's making me pee a lot. Anybody else on Cymbalta and you pee a lot? Like I've noticed, I'm still taking it. I mow some of it, Joanne. Yeah, I don't mow my grass, but I have to mow my pasture. It would cost a fortune to have my gardener do everything. Yeah. So he does a little bit, I do the rest. He does like a quarter, I do 3/4. Hi, Koso. Do I ride horses? No. We used to have horses right behind me. So our kids used to go over there and ride them. He used to, when he was out there back in the day, the kids would go over and he would allow the kids while he was out there to ride the horses. It was really cute. Great place for the kids to grow up, honestly. He's retired, so he no longer has his horses. He gave his horses to his son, who has like tons of acres. So he was a firefighter. He's a retired firefighter. This guy over here is a retired firefighter. We have a lot of firefighters in this community. I have so much to do. Yeah, I have so much to do. It doesn't affect that. I have to pee so much. I've noticed that because I'm taking it at night. I'm up 5, 6, 7 times a night now peeing. So I don't know if that's just side effect. So anyway, I love giving you a peek of my crazy. Juanita, good, I'm glad. I'm tired right now. I mean, mentally, I feel my body, It's just I don't want to run. I have that, I just in a bleh, bleh, I'm just in that phase of life where I just don't want to really do anything. So, the good thing is my house cleaners are coming today. So, of course, I had to clean up before the cleanup, but I don't like clean. I just pick up the shit. But you should see my floors. I had to sweep a little bit because there was life cereal crunched all the fuck all over it. Do I feel like this Cymbalta is working yet? It affect me like that, but I take mine in the morning. So I don't know. I read into everything, right? So I'm urinating a lot, what I noticed, and more since I started the Cymbalta. And I did that yesterday, Melody. I still got some shit done because I had to, like mow my pasture and stuff. But then I sat down and slept for over 2 hours yesterday. So I feel a little, this is day 4. This will be day 5 of taking it. I feel a little relaxed, I guess. Here's the difference is what I noticed. On the SSRI, which Lexapro that I was on, I felt more uppity. Like I felt happier and like energetic, and I could take on just a huge mission, right? But it was bad for my fibro in my jaw. So I could tell that because I was happier. This one, I don't know. I just feel like I'm like, whatever, And I don't know if I like that. I get kind of sedated a little bit. Yes. Like, I'm just kind of tired, Just there. I'm just here. So I don't know if I like this, but we'll see. I'm going to let it I'm going to let it just do its thing and see, because I don't know. This is weird. It just like suppresses a little bit. I just feel humdrum. Hello, Susan. I didn't leave the bunny. No. To jog outside can be dangerous. Treadmill safer for me. Yes. How's Grandpa doing? He's eating. I had to wait for him to get up. In order. I kind of woke him up a little bit. I started a little wake up for him. Because I got to get shit done. It's already hot. It's already 70 degrees. That's hot for us, So I had to start waking him up. So I did. Get a helper. We have a helper, guys. We have a helper that comes in 4 days a week. 4 hours a day, which means that Dan and I can leave the house at any time. We don't have to worry about each other's schedules, all that type of stuff. So tonight is date night. So every Friday we have date night. Dan's been really stressed out, so it's really hard. He's been really busy. And then his client called and trying to find this file. He didn't sleep last night because it's on his mind. That's why he's like, I'm going to redo it for them and go down and file it. So it'll be easier. But we need to get his computer up and running from the office so anyway, he's been stressed out. And so we will have date night tonight. But it'll probably be just completely like, he's a little stressed, but I think it'll be better after he completes this. Because if he didn't complete this, he would have been horrible. So we didn't even get that far, Cheryl. He needs to get that stuff done for him to think. And probably know we're crazy. You guys, I haven't even had wine in like 4 days. I just haven't felt like it. So I'm like, is Cymbalta taking away my joy of alcohol? That would be really sad. At least right now anyway. But yeah, I haven't even wanted wine. What is wrong with me? Crazy. I think about it. I'm like, do I want, because I'm so used to having wine at night. And I'm like, do I want wine? No, not really. Crazy. Okay, I'm going to go pee really quick. That's what I'm talking about. A hotel room? No, Melody. No, thank you. I am not in a sexual, no, Melody, that's not a date night. No sexy. Hold on. I have to pee. Sorry, I had to do a little check. Make sure things were okay over here. But yeah, no, Melody. No sex. That's not date night. That's not date night. Sorry. Are you from the 559? I don't know what 559 is, so that would be no. Anyway. Okay, it's back to the shit. So date night is just out. together, since we don't get out together very much. And it's just a nice little, we always come back before, but then I sit in bed and catch up on shows. But I've caught up on all my shows. I even finished watching Marshall. Does anybody watch Marshalls? Holy shit, you guys. Holy shit. So now I'm flummoxed. So I've been watching, you know what, though, on Netflix, the Four Seasons is back. If you guys watched that last, a couple months ago, Four Seasons was good. And it's back, the second season. So I started watching that last night. So maybe I'll binge on that tonight when we get home from date night. I got a underarm rash for the other day. I haven't been able to shave my pits. So it hurts. So anyway, yeah, Marshall's was good. The ending, at first when I started watching Yellowstone Marshall on Paramount, I think, I was like, this is kind of corny, kind of corny. But, you get caught up in the characters and all that stuff. So I felt it when I shaved and then it started hurting. So I know I did that. So anybody watch Jersey Shore family reunion? And if you saw it last night, I giggled so hard. So yeah, if you haven't watched the Four Seasons on Netflix, watch it. The second season's there. So it's a good, quick 30-minute things. So I started this season 2 last night. So that'll be my next binge. But it'll go by quick because it's only 30 minutes. Oh my God, did you see the Snooki last night? I never laughed so hard in my entire life. Never laughed so hard in my entire life. Snooki was drunk, and if you know anything, the meatballs are always get really drunk. And it's just funny. She went to sit on the back of a couch and literally just slipped the fuck off. I can't. I giggled so hard. At the couch, I could not stop laughing. And I kept replaying it, and I was just dying. It just made me giggle so hard. Cackle out loud. Sometimes I just giggle, but this was a cackle when she just sat up, just felt fucking feet flying up in the air. And then she got up the next morning. She's like, ow, I hurt. I must have fallen last night. Oh, shit. Oh, Lord. They are a wreck. Dina, I can't say I've never been that hammered, but as an adult, yeah, the fucking mic. As an adult, I cannot get like that. My body doesn't allow me to do that. So I can't anymore, even if I wanted to. But who wants to do that? Who can drink like that? Shit. Not me. Like I said, the most I could have is a bottle of wine and I'm pretty much done. Unless I'm at a casino, then I might drink a little bit more. But, yeah. So, crazy sauce. Crazy sauce. Some people have said, do you feel, I couldn't. Gina's like, yes. And they say, I gotta go to bed. I gotta go to bed. Oh, shit. I feel, well, yeah, I don't feel like shit after 2 beers, but yeah, I don't know. Crazy, fucking crazy. So, I just giggle and they felt like shit the next day. It was so hard for them the next day. You can't do that shit. I've been watching it for years too, Tracy. I can't stop watching it. I think they're funny as shit. I think they're, we've watched them grow up on TV, It's kind of interesting. I never watched them back in the day, but I watched them ever since they've done the family reunions. So, yeah, that's it. That's all I've been doing. I thought, well, should I read? Last night, I was all in, I don't know. Dan took care of Ed. I just haven't been feeling the best, you guys. My insides are just really bringing me down. And so I just haven't felt right, Felt good. I'm crampy or I'm just achy and my hip's starting to bother me again, which means my cortisone shot's wearing off. And I'm just, I think the hormones are really fucking with me. So either I'm really close to ending or It's just dragging the fuck on, which my luck, it's probably dragging the fuck on, but I'm exhausted. It's killing me. So I fed Ed, made him dinner. By the way, for those of you who are on, he ate that whole burrito and that huge whopping side of mashed potatoes. He ate it all, no coughing, like a tank, man. I mean, he still hasn't pooped. It's been like 2 days of no pooping. That was a huge fucking meal. Ate it all. Then I bought him some flip yogurt s'mores, and I've hidden them so Dan hasn't found them because they're really far back in the refrigerator. So that's what he's been eating for dessert. But yeah, if any of you saw the big ass burrito I made him last night, and I was like, let's give him some mashed potatoes too. Man, he chowed it down. So if any of you are having problems with your person coughing a lot from eating foods, use something binding, like mashed potatoes, beans, all that type of stuff, because you could put all the other shit in it, and it helps. It helps them. I mean, it's been helping Ed. I bought a big bag from Sam's Club of potatoes. So everything I make, I'm going to mix it with something like that. Yeah, he does Miralax. He also takes pills for constipation. So he's covered. I've also started giving him coffee in the morning too, because we weren't doing that because he was coughing. But now what I do is I use a little bit of creamer. I give him my leftover coffee, which is cooler and it has some creamer in it. And I pour some hot coffee in it, and then it's perfect for him. So he drinks it. I know some of you are going to be like, you give him your leftover coffee? Yes, I do. Because it just works. I did it one time to see if he could choke, and I'm like, I started something new, and I'm keeping it that way. So yes, he has about a quarter cup of my coffee, and I pour a little bit in, and he can drink it because it's lukewarm. What brand? I think the doctor prescribed Senna. I think Senna, I think it is. It's like a little brown pill. Yeah, so he's on everything. You guys, I think waste not want. I keep doing it. Like, I'm very superstitious. So it has to be my cup. It has to be everything. I'm very superstitious. Like my kids, when they would have a good game in sports, they never changed their socks. Never changed their socks. And boy, did they stand up by themselves. And it wasn't from anything else. It was just from sweat. So I do the same thing. And I don't always drink my coffee. So sometimes there's a half a cup and it's perfect because it's lukewarm. By the time he gets up, it's cold. And then I put some and it just works. So we keep it. So he's eating. I cut him up. I peeled some cuties for him for breakfast. And then he has his Honey Nut Cheerios with banana and strawberries on them. And then he's got his cup of coffee. So that's what he's eating. And he's happy. He's been kind of tired lately. Hi, Daisy. So it takes him forever to eat. So I'll have to check on him. And yeah. Your son, because you fell. So he's just pointing a finger. Mom, that's why you can't drink. Tell him to fuck off. This medication, between Lyrica and the Cymbalta, it kind of makes you a little bit more relaxed, right? Makes your body relaxed. So I think that's why I'm peeing so much too, is because everything is just more chill. I feel more chill, but I don't know if I like it. So anyway, it is what it is. I have to let it titrate and see what works. I treat him pretty good. Yeah. I mean, we're all human, right? I mean, I don't want to say I'm like, I'm amazing with him. I'm not always. I'm irritated sometimes, but I still do it. I still do a damn good job, whether I'm irritated or not. So, Snooky. I always used my Jersey Shore as an example of how not to be as a young child, a young daughter. I'm like, girls, take this as a lesson. Don't be like this. I use them always as a, well, look at them now, you know, successful. They got lucky. And not very many people do. Hi, Emily. How are you? Anybody doing anything exciting this weekend? I got nothing planned this weekend. The following weekend, Dan, we're going to Dixie Chicks. Oh, sorry, the Chicks. There'll always be the Dixie Chicks. So, you know, Dan is friends with one of the ladies, and he's the manager. And so Rocky and Delaney love Dixie Chicks. So Rocky saw that they were coming into town. They were coming to Thunder Valley. And so she's like, see if Dan, you know, him and Martin talk all the time. And so I was like, hey, your sister-in-law and your niece really want to go see Dixie Chicks. So anyway, long story short, they got tickets. We got tickets. So next weekend, Dan scored, and we are going to see the Chicks again. And Delaney and Rocky are going. They get a chance to kind of, you know, coast off of Uncle's fame. So they're so excited. So they're inviting us. Last time we went was during COVID. So remember, we drove down to the Bay Area a couple years ago, and we couldn't. Normally, we'd have the opportunity to go backstage and meet all the people and stuff, and we couldn't because the girls were really uncomfortable with the COVID thing. So this year, we get to go early. So they invited us to go a couple hours early to watch sound check, meet the kids, let Delaney hang out and see, you know. So I'm excited. They're not my cup of tea. Dan likes them. Delaney and Rocky love them. But it'll be fun for me to watch Delaney, you know, and seeing her behind and on a stage and watching and singing and doing all that stuff. Why aren't my comments showing? I see some. Yeah. Dixie Chicks. The Chicks. Whatever. Dan's like, oh, we got tickets. And Rocky's like, oh, Auntie, we'll have fun. Oh, Auntie, we'll have fun. So, I mean, the fun will be watching them. Rocky's my sister-in-law. Yeah. She's like a best friend, too. Rocky and I are very close. So, they're excited. So, I don't think I'll see the kids this weekend, which means I'll just, you know, hang out and do my normal yard work and, you know, whatever. Nothing much. I was thinking about going in the pool yesterday for the first time in a long time, and I didn't because I was so fucking tired. I went straight to bed. So anyway, I'm walking. This week has been hard. I barely got 2 miles in. I was like, hopefully I'm over 2 miles. I literally just made it. Go to the casino. I will never go in a casino on the weekends. Weekends suck. Like if I go, I'd go on a Sunday, but I like going during the week. The weekends, they're just too busy, you know? Just too busy. So, yeah, that's it. Nothing this weekend planned. Next week maybe I'll see if Jennifer wants to meet up for lunch or something. Maybe I'll go down to her and have lunch with her or something like that this weekend. But since I have a free weekend, and I think that's it. What else? I was going to say something else. I don't remember. What was I going to say? I don't remember. Damn it. Yeah, it's weird. Suzanne, and Cheryl, it's like sometimes there'll be like big gaps too, and it's not showing up. So I don't know what the hell's happening with that too. Sacramento. She's in Sacramento. Yeah, Sacramento. I invited her. I asked her if she wanted to meet me and dad, today, but she said it's too early. So I don't know if she's on a schedule for studying for the bar. So she's studying for the bar right now. So, and we're like gray hairs. So we go out, our caregiver comes at 3:30. So by the time we get out of the house, it's like, 4. And Dan loves that. Remember that Mexican food place that I wanted to go to for my birthday? Well, we went there and he loves it. He's like, that was just great. Great food. Fingers crossed, Nate. So anyway, that's it. I'm just boring. Nothing going. If you're not out by 3, I ain't going. Well, right. I mean, I don't really have, I don't feel like I'm going to be that productive. I kind of wanted to go and get some plants. I bought these cool things a couple weeks ago. They're called milking cans. And they use them, I guess, when they milk cows, and they're like buckets. They're metal buckets, and they hang. And but they have big holes in them. I don't know what that was for. But anyway, I bought those, and I have them on my garden area. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to put like just some pots in there, and have some flowers to dress it up a little bit. I also I couldn't resist them. I had to get them. Now I'm mad I didn't buy all of them because I love hanging things. So I'm gonna do that. I also have a hanging thing that used to be for a horse. It was on the where I put my garden is in the metal horse corral thing where they ate. You put all the straw and stuff. So there's a water thing for when they were locked up. So I might use that, see where I can hang it, because it's got also a little hanger on it. And I was thinking about maybe going and just getting some flowers today, but I don't know. I'll see how I feel. I'll see how I feel after I exercise and Dan comes home. Dan, I don't know how long Dan's going to be. He's going to be gone probably for 2 to 3 hours. So doing Temu and TikTok shop, have some cool garden stuff. I bought solar like sprouty lights from Fairy Lights or something. They're cute, but they're a pain in the ass to keep. I'm kind of OCD, and they get kind of, because they don't look, in the picture they look like everything's so like perfectly stands out, but it doesn't. It doesn't. I have great cardio. Not this week. This week I've been struggling with cardio. I've been struggling. Like I only ran 2 miles today, which is really low for me. But my body is telling me to take it easy. So I'm dying. So we're gonna walk one. My pain level it's there. It's there, but it is because also Cymbalta also helps with fibro. So it's like a 2-in-1, right? So, well, only for me. Only for me. You had heat stroke? God, it's hot. I'm trying to listen. I'm trying to be better with my body, Cheryl. I really am. Like the last couple of days, I've been starving. So I've been eating during the day. I did start it. This will be my 5th day. Yeah, my 5th day. Well, my internal body is fucking around with me too, Carolyn, right now. I mean, that's the thing, is I think I've got this inner struggle with the perimenopausal shift, and like I'm on day 42 of my cycle, right? And so like, and then I had a biopsy the other day, so I've been spotting, but I'm like, okay, I know the first day was probably a residual from the biopsy, but I don't know. So it's killing me. It's dragging me down. So that part of my pain is dragging me down. Everything else seems normal, average, right? Not peaked, but I have like my middle finger here. It's really hard to bend my middle finger. So like little things like that. I had a biopsy, yeah. Well, because I'm spotting like forever now. And so I had a biopsy last month. So that's how we determine if I need a hysterectomy or not. Yeah. From ovaries. Yeah. So it's weird, right? Like last night, he was laying in bed and I could feel like my restless leg. Like lately, it's been really weird. Like I feel the heaviness of my leg, right? I feel like if any of you have restless leg, you feel it and you think, okay, it's coming on, right? But it just doesn't fully get there, but it's annoying, right? So I haven't gotten the full thing. It like stops it, but at the same time, it's still fucking annoying. Do you have, yes, I have fibromyalgia. Yeah. So I'm hoping that, and remember, it says effectively 2 weeks for you to feel any changes with these medications. Lexapro, I think I started feeling at day 5. I started feeling different. And because I think I'm not a big pill popper, I think, I feel it sooner. I was on leg and arm twitches the other day and I thought it was ALS. I don't want to laugh, but I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at you, but that's our mind. Yeah. I can't get the endometrial ablation because I have thickening of my uterine lining. They won't do it because that's why they put the IUD in me, to keep everything situated. But the ablation for people like me who have the thickening of the lining hides cancers if you do it. So they won't do it, which is fine. And I felt a difference the first week. Yeah, I just feel like non-energetic. Like I have a big, heavy blanket on me. That's how I feel. And I guess that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to relax you, right? And keep away your anxiety. But it almost takes away so far. And I don't know if it has something to do with my hormones or if it's the pill itself, but I don't feel like I have the motivation. Like Lexapro gave me the motivation. It was like a high. It was like I felt good. Yes, I'm more energetic than I have been. Yeah. And I think it works differently than Lexapro, right? So it'll be weird. I just feel weird. I feel just like I can't, it's harder for me to be myself. Subdued, very subdued. Which it relaxes you, right? It's supposed to do that. So I don't know. But it's so subdued, like, is it affecting my exercise and all that stuff? I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Well, I've heard it's really great for fibromyalgia. So I'm not gonna I'm not on Lexapro. I can't take that for my body. I'm on Cymbalta now. Yeah, fart in a jar for you, $5,000. Yeah, $5,000 for a fart in a jar. I felt a major difference. I love Lexapro. Yeah. But what happened is it gave me so much energy. It was like I had this euphoria on Lexapro. But what it does is it's when you have fibromyalgia, it makes everything you tense. You're tense. You're more tense. Can I run 15 miles? No. I would never want to. I don't have that. No, I probably could, but I don't want to. I've been in it for 2.5 years and had to go off of it cold turkey. Oh my gosh, Dreamer, that's horrible. I do be rude. It's been great for my body. Good. Try well. Well, I just tried Cymbalta. Yeah, I chose Cymbalta. Do you happen to have endometriosis? No. No. They also tested me for that last year. So one side of my uterus is thickening up. I have a couple of fibroids, but they're tiny. So fibromyalgia is a disease that affects your pain level. So basically, we have pain and there's no explanation to what and why. And a normal body's pain level, is like what I hurt. Like if I skinned my knee, my pain would probably be a lot higher than yours. So our nerve endings are very hypersensitive to pain. And the pain is not coming from anything. It's just there and they don't know why. So it's just a overall term for pain, chronic pain. Yeah. Mostly comes from a PTSD or a traumatic experience. Sometimes it comes from accidents, but mine comes from the death of my mom. It's like it's a bruise all over your body. Yes. And every day, different parts of your body hurt more than others. And some days it's very debilitating for some, right? And so I just push through because I've always done it. Like right now, I have a shin splint. I feel it. And that's all you hyper focus on. Like somebody who doesn't have that fibro, right, might just be like, oh, I have a shin splint, no big deal. But my body's like, bitch, you have a shin splint. Bitch, you have a shin splint. Bitch, you have a shin splint. Bitch, are you listening to me? You hurt. Hello, you hurt. And you can't help but hyper focus on the pain. And even though that's like the most significant pain right now, everything else is still there. My middle finger, I don't know why, my hip. And they put cortisone in my hip. There's nothing that shows that anything's wrong with it, but the cortisone helped. So who knows? I don't know. Stress kills. Yeah. Why do I talk down to your husband? Because that's what we do. Yeah, it's fun. Why not? When you've been married as long as I have, it's called sarcasm and having fun. And I'm going to talk down to him when he does things that he consistently does, and I have to pick up to him. Yeah, that's why. It's normal. It's normal. My question for you, Florida, is why do you come on here and talk down to people? You know what I mean? Like, you can't criticize me for doing something and then do the exact same thing. You know what that means? Yeah. So does lupus have the same symptoms? I don't know. I don't know anything about lupus. Yeah. But if you're constantly in pain, then how do you know when you're not? You're always in pain. There's never a day that you're not in pain. There's days of good pain, right? Like I used to start off and say my pain level is at this, right? You never have a zero pain. You never have a zero pain in fibromyalgia. You have a good average day where you feel good, right? But it is just painful. And the more you do, right, the more the pain ensues. But you're never not in pain. It's like an average, like what's your pain level? I would say my pain level right now is a 6.5. And maybe I woke up at like a 5. I don't think I've ever gotten below a 5 since my progression of fibro. And fibro progresses, right? Fibro progresses. Because I'm like, why does this hurt now? Why does this hurt? And they're like, well, because that's fibromyalgia. So everything starts hurting. Yeah. So I take Lyrica to help the nerve endings, to help me keep going. There's people who can't get up and move, right? You can't. Well, Susan, I get sometimes when I'm inflamed, the water hurts my body. So I get it. So he talks about you to you. That's funny. Florida, just because you look at some videos and you see how I talk to him in person, you've got to realize this is social media. Get over it. Like, I'm going to accentuate all of his bad habits. He just doesn't do it to me because that's not his thing. But I do it because it's my thing. Yeah. So pain medicine, some people have pains. Yeah, meds. I don't have pain meds. I refuse to take them. I've never taken a pain med other than like Tylenol or Advil in my life. Well, you keep saying no hate, but it's hateful. You're just being ugly. Passive aggressive. Yeah. So, don't you think it would make dementia so much harder for Ed? Don't you think it would make, what? I don't know what you're asking, Dan. So anyway, I get the water hurts your body, sometimes even clothes hurt my body. Yeah, I haven't been, yes, fibro and trauma are related. There's statistical evidence on that. So I started having phantom pains when my mom died. And then as your stress increases over your lifetime, 20 years, yeah, here I am today. Yeah. So even perimenopause, like right now, sorry if it's too much information for some of you, but, I'm day 41, 42 of my cycle, which means those of you know I haven't, I'm supposed to have started my period, right? But I haven't. So it's just whatever, but I have the symptoms. Whether or not I can't bleed or not, I may spot a little bit, but not fully no, right? But like my nipples, everything, and everything is like right now, because I have fibro, my nipple pain, because they hurt, having the bra on hurts, right? And that's what I guess I can correlate with that, because the pain, the soreness is always intensified. When I'm sore from a workout, it's more pain than it is sore, right? Normal soreness after a good workout. When I get sore, it's extra pain for me, right? It's not a good sore like it used to be. Now it's like, okay, I'm sore, but ow, motherfuck. So yes, it's really hard. It's hard unless you haven't. And everybody's fibro is different. Everybody's reactions, everybody's bodies are different. The best thing they say to do is move. Got to move. Got to force yourself to move because you're going to hurt either way, right? And so people are like, why do you do it? How do you do it? You don't look like you're in pain. People don't have to look like they're in pain to be in pain. Take it from me. I'm in pain. My shin is screaming right now. So, anyway, yeah, Lisa, we'll see what happens because I have a thickening of my uterine lining. It could lead to many things. It can lead to cancer. It can lead to, endometriosis eventually as I age, whatever. So the IUD with progesterone is supposed to help, right? Some of you take progesterone by mouth, but I have it like literally inside my uterus, which is the best way to combat shit for your ovaries and your uterus. And so it really hasn't done much. I think I had it in for over a year now, and life has been miserable. Like it actually doesn't make it feel better, which it was supposed to. So the concern is because it's not there, and I have the most progesterone possible that can go in my body is in my uterus, right to the source, right? The best way to do it. But so she's like, if it's thickening, then that means it's not doing its job and we have to get a hysterectomy because it could be potential problems later on down the road. I'm on the pill so regular. So I had that, Emily. And then they took me off. Remember, they took me off the pill last year too, and put the progesterone, and I have the patch. So if everything seems kosher and my uterine lining is okay and there's no signs of anything else happening with the biopsy, then I'm fucked. Then there's really not much else they can do other than up my estrogen patch and hopefully keep me a little bit more comfortable, right? Because, you know, we got to keep the IUD in my uterus to keep things from getting worse, because that's treatment, right? As women age, things happen, and treatment is to put the progesterone IUD in there. So, yeah. So, yeah. If it's not anything and my uterus is still looking good and there's no signs of cancer cells or anything like that, then I'm fucked, basically. Yeah. They can prescribe me a pill that will put me in automatic menopause, but then I have to, she's like, I wouldn't recommend that because you're so close. So it would be just literally being miserable until my body decides it's done. So they're going to take out the IUD at 55 regardless. 55, the IUD comes out. Because really by 55, you should be done. 5 years I had for 3 point where I had to be hospital. Oh my God, miss. When Ed, you were going to miss us when Ed passes. Why would we stop doing what we're doing? Is Ed here with me right now? Is Ed here with me right now? Like, that doesn't make sense. Almost 35. Yeah. Did you have babies before that? Were you able to have babies? Or did you want them? I don't know. I had a 22 in my body. I bet, Sterling. I bet. And I'm sorry you had to have a hysterectomy so early. I was going through the same thing. She goes for her results in a few days. Yeah. I'm 52. 52. So 3 more years of fucking pain. Yeah. So they might do this every year for me, you know? They might every year just to do it. You didn't have any babies? I'm sorry. I'm on the, I think it's the Marina. Yeah. The only one that has progesterone. Yeah. I think that's it. So he needs a break from you. I'm glad you think that. It's funny. If he needed a break from me, don't you think he would have taken a break from me? Like people saying that, like he should leave you. Don't you think if my husband wanted to leave me, he would? I mean, we have an open door policy. If we're not happy, we need to leave, right? It's the same thing. On place that you have pain, someone just mentioned it to me. Nicotine patches. Yeah, I heard nicotine helps. I don't know, you know? Well, the IUD is supposed to help, Liz. It's supposed to help the uterus. That's why they put it in there. Arthritis and fibro. That's a great combo. Enjoy it. I have some arthritis too in my right hip. Not a lot to cause me the amount of pain I'm in, but I have a little bit. I have arthritis in here, this side of my neck. And that's normal with age, right? We get arthritis. I mean, our bodies, you know? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, Liz, I mean, everybody's different, 100%. I was no different with it in versus without it in. So if it's going to prevent, if it's going to prevent me continuously possibly leading to cancer or endometriosis, then I'm going to keep it in, right? There's no difference for me. I mean, whether it's in or not, I felt the same way. So it's supposed to help. And I'm not going to take the progesterone out of my body right now because it's necessary for me right now. Hi, Linda. We're hanging in there. Yeah, we're hanging in there. Hello in Nassau, the beautiful Bahamas. Oh, that sounds wonderful right now. I have a friend that took her daughter to Bahamas for her 18th birthday. They're on a cruise, and it looks heavenly. Heavenly. I can't wait. I can't wait till I can travel. I can't wait till I can get on a plane and not have any pressure. I mean, it's salad and popcorn. I love popcorn. No, because it's either salad and chips or salad and popcorn. Osteopenia, lupus, and fibrosis. Some days I can't even get out of bed, plus lung issues. Yeah, lovely. That's a great combo. Congratulations. This is the prize you won for living this long. And really it is. I laugh at that. I'm like, your older years, you're supposed to travel the world and be happy and, be active and vibrant in today's society. And however, boom, you got disease, you got illness, you got pain, and fuck the elderly years. Yeah, sorry for that. We gave you high hopes of living a great life after your kids, but boom. Now you're taking care of parents, you're taking care of family, ailing family members, and now you've got problems of your own. So sit tight and buckle up. It's a long road. I will be 63. I thought it was old. And yeah, right. Until you're that age and you're like, fuck, I could be doing all this shit, but my body's betraying me. Yeah, I'm still young enough, I think, Sterling, maybe to push through. Yeah, I think I'm just pushing. I push, and that's also not good. But you got to keep moving. You got to find some way to move, to get up, and to get your body in motion, because it's going to hurt no matter what. But I think it's going to hurt more if you stay stagnant. I get cycles of and have to wear, oh God, the poise pads. Yeah. Wegovy helped me with the aches and pains. Yeah, Wegovy I think is on, Wellbutrin and the one I'm on, Cymbalta. Do you have any kids? I have 3 kids. But you're also fat. We don't like to use the word fat. We like to use healthy. We're very healthy in our body type. Body type. Yeah, here's the thing. I think, DNA plays a huge part in our bodies, but also food that we eat, fluffy. We like fluffy. So it's hard, and you're going to get fluffy if you can't get up and move. And I think it's important, and you got to eat right. I mean, I'm not saying take away and live life for fuck's sake, but you got to eat better, and we're just trying to stay alive. I'm fluffy too. Oh, my shin is still screaming at me. Bitch, hello. We're here. No shit, I know. I feel you. Damn it. Have I had a cycle into her 60s? Gotta hope not. I can't, let me tell you, so I get sciatica sometimes. I'm mad at my body right now because I'm like 52, Dude, like, can I have at least 10 good years before you betray me? Yeah, and it's okay. You can yell at your body. Fuck you. I do all the time, especially my uterus. Like, between the fibro and my uterus, like, I'm like, does fibro make the uterus even worse? That's the question I want. Anybody who had fibro and went through menopause, do you think your menopausal symptoms were worse because of the fibro? Because maybe, here's the thing. Aha, yes, it does. You know why? Because we can't forget about the pain. So I hyper focus on my pain in my belly and my abdomen, right? Most people are just like, oh, whatever, and go about, the day. But me, no, I'm fucking hyper focused. My shin, my fucking uterus, and my middle finger, my thumbs. I can't have the ablation. I'm not a candidate for the ablation. When you have irregular periods and you have a thickening of your lining, you're not allowed to, your doctor should not give you one because it hides certain cancers in your body, in your uterus, cervix, all your junk. Yeah. So I am not a candidate for the ablation. After her marathon, she actually, I think, yes, fibro and fibromyalgia are the same. She feels great. And I think there's a difference why she feels better than she did the last time. I think her body's just tired. Like she hasn't been able to recover. And that's just because her body, it's a lot on your body. But she, in the last couple of years, but when she did her first marathon, she was doing CrossFit and she was doing different type of exercises. The last 2 years, she's morphed more into yoga, HIIT programs, and running, and lots of walking. And so I think she was able to do a lot better recovery because of the difference in her body and what she was doing to prep. And she wasn't necessarily prepping for a marathon, but I think because of those exercise, I think the yoga, and everything else that she shifted, I think it helped, right? it helped her recover not as bad as she was last time. Her knees were a little, she had a couple top with her knees and her hips, but that's normal. Yeah, I was washing dishes and couldn't say this. My restless legs are gone since I started taking. Oh, good. Good, good, good. So anyway, hi Donna. So yeah, so no, she and I believe that. I love it. An ablation and a diagnosis, yes. So Mimi, what that does is it hides it. So if your doctor doesn't take an account of certain features of your body, they said that the ablation hides cancers in your uterus and cervix. So, yeah. So mine are like nope, because that's another option, right? Is an ablation. And so yeah. So my doctor was just knew my history, right, and was like, yeah, you're not a candidate. And that's what she told me. She said, because you've always been an irregular, you have a thickening of your uterus lining, and if we blade it, it hides specific uterine cancers. Yeah. Not to say that that's why it happened, right? But it just hides it. And sometimes you don't catch it as easily. But yeah, it's scary. Cancer, I mean, I feel like most of us are going to get fucked anyway, right? I think we're never getting out of here alive. It just depends on what type of illnesses we're going to get. I think we're all going to get something, if not multiple things, or be bogged down with a lot more things. Who knows? But it's hard, right? It's hard. And it sucks because I just have this bad feeling that I'm not going to be able to have time, I'm not going to be able to have time. Ed protected me. Oh, shit. Ed protected me. No. I've had cancer 3 times. My first was ovarian, 34, early stage. Well, that's good. My grandpa had like 7 cancers. Crazy. And lived until, late in his 80s. So I think he had a good life. Isn't that creepy? Ed protected you. I mean, that's just a kind of fucking creepy statement. So early detection is always key. Yeah. So that's it. Bagging up. I don't know. Are you speaking English? What an odd thing to say. Ed protected. Just random. Was there anything before that? Or was it just Ed protected you? The fuck? How did Ed protect me? She's a man. That was a good show, by the way. She's the man. Yeah, that was a good show. Fast food is crap. We can still fuck up our fat cells by eating the shit we eat, even at home. So I don't know. What is this guy? You look like the type that the old dude protects the daughter-in-law. Can you be a little bit more, when you troll, you need to have better sentences and word blending, I was born in 74. Maybe that was the best year. Seriously. Like, I don't understand why people come on and they want to be such assholes, right? But then they come on with things that don't make sense. Like, you got to make sense when you troll. When you want to be an ass, make it good. And don't have fucking grammar shit or you're going to get trolled yourself. We need trolling. Yes, translation. She's the man. Oh my God, I'm a man. Last time I looked, I didn't see a penis. I mean, unless it grew in the last couple of hours. No, actually, I went to the bathroom like 45 minutes ago. Don't you think I would have seen it? Yeah, get rid of that Queen Wang wing. Queen Wang. What the fuck? Hello, Charlotte. Thank you. Yeah, like if you're gonna troll, you gotta be better. I mean, you just gotta be better. Or else we're just gonna go off in your stupidity. Could have fooled me. Look at James, big old tough James, being mean to women. Wow, winner. Big old James. Big old James with the small peen. I bet, James, your peen is a dicky-do, right? Like a push pop, you can't get that thing out. Even the tough tickle won't get that little thing out. I can see why you're angry. I can see that. That must hurt many men, dicky-doos. I think the dicky-doos always create issues for men. Why do I hate grandpa? Oh, the list is endless, Kyle. The list is endless. Yes, a doubles he is. I don't know. Some of these are on the other. I have two things going right now. I have two things going. Who is here? This is my suitor. My side piece is here. Yeah. Dan's gone, so my boyfriend came over so we can go get it on really quick. That's why I don't ever want sex with Dan. Oh shit, it's Dan. Now the secret's out. Now the secret's out.
Did you say you want to go do it really quick?
No, I really don't. Did you get what you gotta get done?
I've got this. I got the Dave coming in on Monday to set the computers up. So hopefully I just have to press a button. I can find it on the computer, but I've got all the information if I need to do it a long way.
How now, brown cow?
Okay.
Oh, he's eating. Fucking dilly-dallying on the walk to the fucking chair per usual. What's this? Gotta get that. What's that doing here? Walk. Oh, wow, Deb. You're a beast, man.
That's my cocoa.
Why are you letting her out?
She comes back.
My God.
I
I mean, hi, baby. Can I say hi to mom? No. Stay here.
Yeah, they're good.
Good girl. Yeah, you're a good girl. You could stay out here with me if you could stay. Hello. Are you the beautiful baby? If you could stay, you could stay out here with me.
Yeah, you're good.
Good girl, Cokes. Good. No. Nope.
No food, Coco.
Good girl. Good girl. No. No. Here. I'll give you a piece. Sit. 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 Good girl. You're a good girl. That's a good girl.
Yes.
No more. No, but you can stay out here if you're a good girl. Good girl. You stay.
Yeah, to Coco.
I noticed the last time too, she got out. She came right back. Because I've been telling her to stay at the door. Well, you can stay here if you're a good girl. No, that's Poopy. Leave the kitties alone. You want some water? Well, you can't leave. I'm on live with her here. But I would love for her if she could stay out here with me. Thanks, Stitches, and thanks for your work. Yeah, look, she's just chilling. I don't trust her just to hang out, but like she's just get out of there. Let's see. Come here. Come here. Sit. 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 Good girl. Stay. 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 Good girl. Nope. Sit. Stay. Stay. Good girl. Okay. Stay. She's very driven by food, so good girl. You're a good girl. Yes, you are. You're a good girl. You want to stay out here with mommy? Good girl. You gotta stay though. You gotta stay, girl. Good girl. Good girl. Okay, I should get some. Come here. Coco. No. Hey. Nope. There she ran. Little bitch. Come on. Come on, Cokes. Coco. Come on. Come on. You want a treat? Come on. Come here. Good girl. Good girl. Sit. Sit. Stay. Give me the eyes. Eyes. Good girl. Okay, come on. Go inside. I can't focus because you're going to run, but that was a good try. So fun. That was a good girl. That was a good girl. That was a good girl. All right, go. She's like at that phase where she wants to listen, but she doesn't. So she would run and I would say, no, stay, come back. And she was like, look, because she's like so tormented. Like, do I listen or do I run the streets? So I didn't want to deal with that. Hi, Nikki. How are you? Decent tip. You should go get your own food. Yeah, everything's crazy right now. Everything's crazy. Hello. I'm driven by chips. Yeah, chips. Chips are my thing right now. Love chips with dip. Any dip from Trader Joe's is a hit, just so you know. I also have shoulder pain, by the way. I can't bench. Weird. I can't bench. That scares me because it hasn't gone away. I think it's because I use my arm for Ed. So when I change him in bed, I pull I'm always pulling the thing so he can roll. So it hurts. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So I mean, everything hurts, you guys. So I just do what I can. I've been trying to do a lot more on the days I don't have lives. I've been doing planks and sit-ups and stuff like that. Yes, and I think is that what it's called, the draw sheet? And so I change him in a diaper in the morning, and so like I roll him, and then I have to push, right? But everything's with my left hand, even though I'm right-handed. I'm I'm yeah, everything's right-handed, left-handed. So everything hurts on the left side. And that's, I think, what you do, right? When you're a caregiver, I think you're not immune. You're gonna hurt your body somehow. A Hoyer, we do have a Hoyer lift. It's out here. It sucks. I hate the Hoyer lift. Never got comfortable with it. And no, I don't like it. So it's out here. Medicare gave it to us, and yeah, it's just taking up space. I don't like it. Because it's hard. You still have to, and he gets really scared on the Hoyer lift. Like I tried it a couple times when he fell a couple of times after his hip. And we used it. The CNA helped, and it was just no, it's just horrible. I feel uncomfortable in that thing. So right now, the Hoyer lift is not the thing. Yeah. So yeah, but I do everything with my left hand, even when I hold them, and I get them on the toilet. I also use my left hip and my arm to I use it. The hip, you use it, you use your hip, whatever side you're prominent on to get them to sit, you use it as a guide. And so that's why I think the other side, I feel pull right in here, like under my ribs, and my back is really sore because it also is deferred. It goes to the other side. So it's hard. It's really hard. And especially just to have to maneuver him to sit. And he's stubborn. So if you get him, you have to get him and you have to be like, sit, sit. And he just is you gotta sit down. And so you have to really sometimes you have to fling him in the chair because he's just not, it's not, it's not what is clocking, it's not clocking. And so you have to get a little bit more forceful to get them in a position. Um, so it's really difficult. And being a caregiver, and I'm sure a nurse and somebody who works in a facility, you're just going to be injured at that point. So she can mention if she wants. What did Susie? What did she say? What is she bitching about? I'm in the mood. I'm in the mood. Caregiver, you're supposed to take care of your spouse, and mentioning your health struggles diminishes. Um, Susan, I have no idea what you're talking about, but but I have pain. You get pain from taking care of your people. And I don't think at all that's selfish or inappropriate to say. He's still here, we're still doing it despite our fucking pain, despite our ailments. We're getting older too, and it's not easy. And people want to say this channel is about Ed. No, it's not. He's not here. It's about us. It's about us and our journey with caregiving and what happens and how we deal with things and how we learn things and cope. And we try to teach people and help people along the way to let people know you're not alone. We're feeling the same way. We're experiencing the same pains, just different types. The mental exhaustion. Hi, Vogie. I forgot about you. I was like, where is he? I remembered. Um, and Susan said she was selfish for mentioning. I don't think there's anything wrong with her talking about how she took care of her husband and had 4 different types of cancer. That's a badass bitch, man. That's a badass bitch. That's a woman who was faced with some major struggles. Doesn't diminish fucking anything. And a matter of fact, it makes her look like a fucking queen. Yeah. Hi, Laura. You would love to see the stuffed beaver you have. I don't have a stuffed beaver. No, she's not stuffed. She's not stuffed. No, never get bed sores. No, he gets pressure sores, but not anywhere on his bottom. Mm-mm. He gets his feet. He gets pressure sores on his feet and his elbows. because he rubs. He loves. He rubs. I did see you for a few days this evening in Tel Aviv. Hello in Tel Aviv. Uh, yeah, everything's fine, Laura. Same old shit, just different day. I think caregivers are amazing, and a lot of caregivers are alone, and they're doing it despite their struggles and their health issues. They're here still taking care in the midst of dealing with shit. It's not easy. I still have my own shit. I still have my own shit, I'm dealing with a lot of health issues right now. My doggy's getting better too. She has a lung infection, so oh good, Fogie. I'm glad. I mean, I'm not glad she has the infection, but I'm glad she can get, help. So yes, I think any woman who does that, any man who does that can toot their own horn. Hey, I did it too. I did it too. You know, I did it too. Despite my health, I still rocked and kicked ass. Heels are the worst for Ed too. Heels are the worst because he's always like, even in bed, he's rubbing holes in his sheets at the bottom of his because he rubs. He's always moving. He's ADHD. He is the most um he moves so fucking much, it's crazy. And I this morning I was like, what is that? Like I thought it looked like mud. Looked like mud. And I was like, no, it's he's ripping holes in the sheets because it's constant movement on those heels. So there is one I always battle with more, but every time he gets a shower, I frickin' lotion those things up. I put steroid on that nail issue that he had. That's gone. Looks ugly, but hey, he ain't no foot model. So yes, Deb, amen. It was fucking hard. And you're a badass bitch. Anyway, kiss from Israel. Thank you, Anipo. Shabbat shalom. So yeah, so it's life is life, and we do the best we can. And everybody wants to criticize it for some reason. Everybody wants to bitch about something. And, bitching just makes you more unhappy, And we bitch. I bitch constantly all day long. But, the bitching is different. My bitching is not to be mean. My bitching is to try to get attention to an issue. Your bitching is just to be mean to that person for diminishing her husband's dementia. What? Okay. Okay. Um, anyway, so I think caregivers are badasses. I don't care what you're doing. If you're single, I think if you're doing it alone, you're a bigger badass than anybody with help. Because I know how hard it is, even with a partner. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it alone. I couldn't. My dad is taking, do they really work? I have no idea, Zemi. By the time Ed was going downhill, he was in his 80s. So, at that point, you don't do the pill. Now, for younger people, for younger adults, right? It's supposed to help. I don't know. But for the elders, I mean, you gotta start it at the beginning. Yes, much respect for the caregivers. It's fucking hard. This shit's not hard. I mean, there's so many factors that play into it. So what if I have a tone? I have a tone with everybody. My animals, my cats, my fucking husband, my kids, I have a tone. We're still doing the shit. Even if we yell and scream and get frustrated or cry, you know? Everybody wants to pick apart every fucking little thing that you do or say. But the thing is that despite our issues, we're still doing it. Whether or not we're mad, we're frustrated, we're irritated. Sometimes I fling that sheet, I'm like, turn over, and he's fucking fighting with me, right? When he's fighting with me, and I'll yank it because he's fighting with me and I flip him over when he won't help me, right? And a little bit it's frustrating. Frustrating. Who cares? He's not hurt. He won't be hurt. And I'm taking care of him and still doing what I need to do, right? We're human. Just like when we got mad at our kids, it's no different. Just because they have a disease doesn't make them any different. Our relationships don't change because they have a disease. Uh, the, the tone. I've always had a tone, because I was a single mom. I always say this, and everybody like questions me. I was a single mom with a bank account, and the only way in dealing with shit, especially like when my mom died, right? I became, once my mom died, I think I became more of that drill sergeant. Was like, I had to get things done. Get it, let's do it, let's gut, let's move. I was working early in the morning, my kids, dragging 3 kids out of bed. Actually 2. I didn't have Andrew yet. Um, but it was hard work, and you have to be. In order to get your shit done and stay on routine and task, you have to be. And I was a manager, so I did the same thing. I mean, you got to stay on top. No, you can't do that. You got to manage, you got to, schedule, you got to do all these things, and you got to get your shit done. I don't care what you do, get your shit done. Talk all you want after your shit's done. So, and certain people you can't be sweet with, right? Certain people you can't be sweet with at certain times. Like, you have to get dominant with them. Like, Ed sometimes will fight me, and I have to get in his face and I have to say, "You are taking a shower. You stink." And normally, people are like, "Oh my God, don't tell him he stinks." Yeah, because you know what? When I tell him he stinks, he's like, "I do? Okay, then let's take a shower." Certain things work for him. It may not work for you. People don't like when we say diapers. Well, guess what? What does Ed call it? A diaper. You use the words that they understand. When you say undergarment, he's like, "What? Underwear, huh? Diaper." He knows, right? It's not offensive to anybody but you. It's only offensive to the person bringing it up, but to us, it's a normal word that he uses, that he recognizes, right? I got it out the other day, and he's like, "Oh, you changing my diaper?" Yes, I'm changing your diaper. Nothing wrong. Do you think he would have any fucking worry about calling it a diaper? Hell fucking no. Hell fucking no. He will be 99. Wow. 99. Here's the thing, Mary, what I'm going to tell you. Don't feel awful. Don't feel awful when you lose your mind. I don't feel awful when I lose my mind or lose my patience with them. You know why? You're still doing it. He's in your house and you are working hard. I don't feel guilty because I'm human and I'm doing double duty taking care of that person. I don't feel guilty. I don't even feel guilty if I raise my voice. I don't feel guilty anymore because my work is hard and he knows that. And like yesterday, I'm going to tell you, gun language, it's so crazy that if people want to focus, um, Dan was having an issue with grandpa, right? He's forgetting how to poop, people. So it's very difficult, and it gets very fucking frustrating. So you raise your voice and you do what you got to do to make him understand. And he was going fucking crazy, right? Because he's like, "Ah, God damn it, Dad, we're going to sit on here all day if you don't poop. At the end of the cycle of sitting there for 30 minutes and you see poop coming out his butt, but he doesn't know how to do it, right? And it gets frustrating. You do all the things, right? All the things that Teepa talks about, all the things that you think you know, and it doesn't always work, right? Then you get fucking pissed because you're like, "I don't want to have to fucking do this in the middle of the night," right? You're trying to save your fucking sleep, right? But it doesn't always happen. And sometimes you have to do it in the middle of the night. So, Dan lost his mind, lost his mind, lost his fucking mind. And in that moment, you know what Ed said? He said, "Dan, thank you. I know this is hard," or he said something, and he said, "I know this is difficult for you, but it's also difficult for me." And at that point, right? He says those things, and then Dan was like, "Dad, I know." It took him down. It took him down. You're hiding in your room. Yeah, it's exhausting. Nobody's perfect. We're gonna yell, we're gonna scream, but we're still doing it, right? They're still gonna get it done. "Hi, Paps, where have you been? Hiding?" And I'm just not afraid to say it. And people are like, "Did you hear she yells at him? She's got a tone." Yeah, okay. So what? Ed's not immune to it, right? I treat him the same way I've always treated him. Except this time I'm fucking wiping his ass, doing his laundry, cleaning him, clipping his nails, shaving his head, shaving his beard, and doing all the things necessary to keep him alive. I have a right to be frustrated sometimes. I have a right to be angry. I have a right to be sad because those are my feelings, whether I want them or not, right? They're going to come. Why do we want to hide that from people? Why do we want to hide that from people? Why do we want to make it seem like it's all fucking, rainbows and unicorns? Because it's fucking not. It's fucking not. And we lose our minds and we scream and we yell and we get fucking frustrated. And sometimes in the moment we kick things because we're so angry. Sometimes you have to fucking walk away because it's fucking hard. That's reality. And people don't want to admit that and they don't like to hear it. But you know what? When you do it, you understand it. And maybe one day, if you ever get the pleasure of doing it or step up to the plate to do it, you'll understand what I'm saying and you'll feel it. I don't feel guilty. Dan does. Dan feels guilty. I think he feels guilty because, he should have been better, right? I don't feel guilty anymore. I don't feel guilty. I don't feel guilty. I used to be freshman taking care of my mom. It was hard. You feel bad. And, I don't feel bad because I know he's where he wants to be. I know, and I'm going to say this out loud. I don't give a fuck. I know that out of everybody, this is where he would want to be. End of story. And he knows it. And he knows it. And he says those things, right? He feels safe with us. Right? He feels safe with us, despite if we yell, scream, kick, you know, get a little bit, hard on a turn or something like that. Um, you act like that because he's not your dad. Eddie, that shows how you don't know anything. He's not my dad. You're right. It's not blood. But I've been with him ever since he was my stepfather. How about that one? I've been with him since I was 5. I've been with him longer than Dan was in his childhood. So, I have the right to treat him any way I want to because the man brutalized me my whole fucking life. So if I'm getting a little handsy with him, then he deserves it. Yeah, talk about that. You know what I mean? Like people have no fucking idea. Um, I was around him longer as a child than his own son was. So I have every fucking right to do what I want to do. End of fucking story. Um, uh, yeah, so I don't feel guilty. And this is why. Because of my history with him, I don't feel guilty because I know he's lucky to be here. I know he's lucky to be here. And he took away so many years of my life in a different way that, and now he's still taking it from me. Fucker. So no, I don't feel guilty. Um, oh God. Thank you, Kylie, because that shit was crazy, especially Dan. Like, fine, make me look voluptuous and shit. But like, but there's the fucking Dan with hair and gray, and don't do that again. That scared me. So how he was my stepfather. Well, is my stepfather. Does was is my mom and Ed started dating when I was 5. There you have it. So when you come at me and say stupid shit like, of course you treat him that way because you're their daughter-in-law. No, no, there's more history than that. Yeah. And so, yeah, no, Ed and I did not get along when I was younger, ever. I didn't like him. The minute my mom brought him home to meet me, I didn't like him. Mm-mm. And now I'm wiping his ass. So, I don't feel guilty. I don't feel guilty. I don't feel guilty for a fucking thing because he's getting the best care he could ever get here in my house, even when I'm angry, even when I'm a little, rougher because we get frustrated, even when everything, I'm still doing it and he's still alive and he's thriving, right? And I can say now I love the guy, even though he bugs the fuck out of me sometimes. I love him. Yeah, I love him. I never loved him before. I never liked him. And so it allowed me to heal, and we have a different relationship today. So yeah, don't come on here telling me I don't have a right. I have every fucking right. I'm sacrificing myself for this man. And never thought I would be doing that. Ugh. Anybody else? Anybody else? And that's reality because I know everybody does what I do. I know everybody gets a little rough sometimes, right? Everybody gets angry, everybody yells, everybody screams, spit coming out of your mouth, screaming. You know what I mean? Um, and you get frustrated, and some of you freak the fuck out and feel guilty, and that's okay. But I say, don't do it because it's the guilt's going to eat you alive. Just do better the next time. The good thing is they're going to forget. You don't, but they will. So try to do better. Instead of having guilt, do better the next time. And if it's just a day and you can't because you got so much shit, there's always tomorrow. But you are still doing it, right? You are still doing it. Um, I can control myself. Well, Ashley, the prize goes to you because you are a perfect caregiver. Yes. Good. Everybody clap their hands. Everybody clap their hands for Ashley because she is telling us she can control herself and she is the perfect caregiver. Good for you, Ashley. Yeah. Good for you. Clap, clap, clap. And anybody who says that, I call bullshit. Anybody who denies anything that I say, I call fucking bullshit. Unless your person is totally comatose, can't get up, can't talk, can't do anything, I call bullshit. You can feed me all the bullshit you want, but I call B fucking S. Yeah. Um, no claps for her. No claps for her. I don't like liars. I don't like liars. I don't like people um who uh who want to just push on everything. Well, I can control myself. Okay, well, good. Good for you. Good for you. I can control myself too in a way that I don't hurt the person that I'm dealing with. But when you're frustrated, you are going to be rougher than normal. Come on. I'm not roughing them up, throwing them against the wall or shoving them off the bed. But when you're frustrated, guarantee you ain't being as calm and collected with your touching and your movement. Come on, girl. Come on, girl. Come on, girl. I hate people like that. I hate people like you. Oh, at least I can control myself. Okay, good for you. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Always somebody in here. It's cute and wild that you were 5. Yes, Dan was 12. Um, Dan was 12. I met him once when I was 5. No, Dan was 11. I met him once when I was 5 and then didn't see him again until like I was 11 or something like that. Yeah. For my 42-year-old son, I agree with you totally. I know where you're coming from. You are so right on. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you. It just is the truth. I talk how I feel and what the reality is. People don't want to talk about the reality because it doesn't always look pretty, right? And it's not. I'm not pretty when my kids, remember with the kids? How many of us yanked our fucking kids when they were misbehaving? How many yanked, I can remember grabbing my kids when they pissed me off, and I would yank them and, they, just to bring them to you. And it was frustrated. And so it was a little bit more of a yank. It happens, you know, it happens. It happens. How many times, our kids are running out in the street and we're like, God damn it, get and smack them because, it scares the shit out of us. Yeah. Okay. It happens. Because we're scared, or we're frustrated. Hi, my dackies. How are you doing? Yeah, the hairbrush. Fuck, the hairbrush. My mom was the backhanded, the Gumby arm. Like, I'd be like, she'd be looking at me in the rearview mirror and I'd be dodging because you see that those eyes get big. My mom's was the nostrils. The minute those nostrils flared, man, you better duck and cover. Man, her fucking hand, like, would start, like, gearing up, right? Gear it up. And it would go, whoo, wow. It was the backhand. Fuck, where did that come from? Damn it. And then when we were in public, it was the pinch. It was the under the arm pinch. It was this one, and you're like, motherfucker, and you twist and turn. Josh even says, oh, yeah, I remember that pinch. I tried it one time. I told you guys, I tried it one fucking time with my oldest. One time. Ow, you're pinching me. We would have never done that shit. When our mom was pinching us, it was like, shut the fuck up, eyes wide, and okay. Kids these days, fuck, they're like, you're pinching, she's pinching me. And I remember pinching her and being like, I'm gonna beat your fucking ass. Shut the fuck up. Ow! Wait till we get in a minivan. Wait till we get in the minivan. I'm gonna kick your ass. Oh shit. God, those little brats. I did the pinch and twist. I would have never done that because I didn't want the backhand on top or the pinch to get pinchier and the twist to get twistier. But my kids were like, somebody call CPS, bitch. Let me get you in this car right now. I'll beat your ass. The worst were yelling. The hair puller. Oh my God. The shoes. My friend had a I giggle to this day. You got a jalapeno. My friend would chase her kids around with a slipper. To this day, when I remember, even when we were over and our kids were somewhat the same age, the two girls, and then she had her too, and I would start laughing because I couldn't help it. It was the funniest fucking shit ever. And then if she couldn't get them, she would throw it. Don't make me beat your fucking ass. Oh, and I would start laughing and she'd get mad at me. She'd be like, "Stop laughing." And I'm like, "I can't help it. You're fucking running around chasing your kid with a fucking slipper. Like, what the fuck are you gonna do? What if you obviously can't catch him?" Oh, that's a threat. uh, the visual in my head still I laugh at. I never got hit with a belt. Never got hit. Never hit my kids with the belt. Dan one time got pissed off. I don't remember at who, and he got the belt out and kind of folded it and did that snapping sound. Like, you guys better behave. But we never did that. I was tried pinching one time with the oldest. It didn't work, so I never did it again because that pissed me off. So I was the quick backhand. If you talk back, you know, braces be damned, right? When they had braces and they used to spout off. Oh, my lip. Well, to me like that again. But we weren't really big. I wasn't. Yes, I laughed. The random shit bullshit. My friend too, Ketla. She had her little, or she would take out she called it a Ketla. Anyway, it was funny. So I had a couple friends that would do that shit, and they would drive with that shit in the car. Like that was their their idle threats. Um, so yeah, yeah, just the things we used to do. We weren't big smackers. Dan, I think, smacked Jennifer one time when she was 4 and left a mark on her leg because she's very you poke her too much, and she bruises. So um, you can't grab her or anything because there's signs of everything. So I joke about it with her today, and then ever since that, he's never hit the kids ever. He would pull ears or he would pull the ponytail and throw them upstairs, but never hit the kids ever. One time, and that was it. Did he ever smack Andrew? No, but he pulled their ears. And you know who pulled ears? Grandpa. Grandpa used to be an ear puller when he used to get mad at Aaron or Josh. He would pull their ears. Oh God. I mean, even funny when I think back of the things that he used to do when because Aaron pretty much lived at our house because Josh and Aaron are like 8 months apart and they grew up together. And Aaron was such a shit. And Grandpa would discipline Aaron like he would any kid. And it was the funniest shit ever. Me and Dan would just sit back and laugh. If Dan was there, if I was there, I'd laugh. Dan would come over and I'd be like, "Guess what happened?" And we would just laugh. Oh my God. Ugh, shit. Those were the days. Those were the days. Oh, Ed was an ear puller. He was never a hitter. He just pulled the ears. I mean, I don't know what he did with the other kids, but with Josh and Aaron, he was a ear puller. Um, no, Josh is my brother and Aaron's his cousin. So Aaron's Carrie's oldest son. Quick pop in the mouth. That always took them by surprise, and it taught them a lesson. I didn't do very many. My kids weren't that bad. I mean, I had pretty decent kids. A lot of idle threats, right? Because we all are big idle threaters. We all idle threat all the time. And, you do it a couple times and then they remember. Um, So we do have help. We do have help 4 days a week. He knows, yeah. And if you really pay attention to Ed, you could see it in his eyes. And that's the thing. He's comfortable with me. And Ed's used to yelling, right? I don't yell as much. Hey, Pat, I don't yell as much anymore because it's not necessary. Like he's not in that phase that he was 2, 3 years ago. Um, and I could be gentler. I mean, I yell, meaning speak loud sometimes because he can't hear me. People are like, why are you yelling? Well, you noticed I said it 3 times and he didn't hear it. So the fourth time is going to be, I guess, a yell. But yeah, so I don't really yell. Sometimes I pretty much now, if I'm frustrated with him, I pretty much get in his ear because that way I don't have to repeat myself typically. And I'm very firm and I say it in his ear. You're going, or I get right in his face and I say whatever I need to say when he gives me lip or something like that because he fights me, right? You guys don't realize he fights me because of our relationship, right? He sees me as a little kid, right? He sees me as a little kid. And he even says it. Do you remember? He said it the other night on live. He goes, I've known you since you were a baby, which is not a baby, but in his eyes, right? So he's known me for a long time. And if you think about it, all he talks about is me as a baby. He doesn't talk about anybody else, even Josh, his own kid, right? Anybody want to do the psychology on that one? Come on. Anybody? Anybody? So regardless if I'm angry or my touch is a little rougher, and sometimes in the shower, I'm rough, right? Let's get in, get out, right? Get in, get out. It's not going to be a gentle fucking massage in a shower, people. It's going to be, he gets mad at me sometimes because he's like, ouch, be careful. Be careful. We're getting in and we're getting out. I'm not being careful down here, Ed. Get it in. Open up. It's a reach in, pull out, and wash. It's not gentle. Sorry. It's a little rough, especially when I have a schedule that I have to, get to. He hasn't, right? Like he remembers, right? Brisk. It's literally, I mean, it's no joke. Like, I'm laughing because you guys don't realize, like, I'm in the shower, right? I'm holding it, I put the thing up. I'm literally like, I like gear up. Like, I get the massage, I reach in, reach out, get it all cleaned up in the sides and everything, and I'm done. Ouch. Every time I shower him, there's an ouch or so. Be careful down there. And you know how many times I'm like, I ain't being careful down there, bruh. Oh, thanks, Miz, for buying my book. No carefulness down there. Sorry. Sometimes he'll say, what are you doing? What are you doing down there? Like, I think he gets scared, like I'm doing something. There's also that sometimes. I'm like, Ed, I'm just washing you. Oh, okay. Move your hands. It's okay. So sometimes he does get that like petrified look, like what's going on? What's going on? And then that's when I tone it down sometimes. And it's crazy because a lot of a lot of my schedule through the day is rushed, right? Because I'm trying to get everything done at the end of the day, right? So I can do what I got to do. And then by the time, I'm also like, then I got to cook dinner and clean it up. So I'm always in a rush. So even if somebody sees me with Ed, might think that's like sometimes Dan's like, whoa, simmer down. I'm like, what? I'm not doing anything wrong. I got to get this done. Do you want to do it? Do you have more time? Do it. But, I may seem more abrupt because I have to get this done so I can get on to the next thing. And Ed's not, this has been my personality my whole life. This is me. This is always I've been. I mean, we've always had this type of relationship, a yin and yang, banter, a yelling, just uncomfortableness, not uncomfortableness, but just irritation, my irritation with him. He was clueless the whole time. But so even when I'm loud, even when Dan's loud, you could see he doesn't respond because it's something he's used to, right? You have to understand that. The dynamics have been this way the whole time. Dan explodes, and then when Dan explodes, nevertheless, one time he's going to say, oh, settle yourself down, Dan, and then that pisses Dan, it triggers him because, it gets pissed. It's your dad telling you to settle down. Oh, God damn it. That's normal for us. Our personalities, our behaviors right, are normal for our person because that's our house. And that was Ed. People, that was Ed. Ed was controlling. He was abrasive. He was truthful. He wanted his way. And he was not somebody who really, he was surface level. You couldn't get any deep, right? How was the day? Oh, the sky is purple. Oh, that's great. Jennifer, how was your day? Well, I ate spiders for lunch. Okay. Processing was never there, right? For him, he did his duty. Coming, like the best thing I can say is going to lunch with his kids, calling him and seeing his grandkids, which that's why he would want to be here. He grew up here. He was always here. He never left here. And that was probably the closest grandkids he's ever had, right? Ever had. And so being a little rough or being, Tony or being bitchy or frustrated is normal for him. He was the same way. And, sometimes the helpfulness comes when he notices, us. Oh, Sparker. Oh, thank you. That was sweet. I've been a caregiver twice in my life for both had dementia. It was currently how you're doing great. And I love that I was able to tell you how much I appreciate you. Oh, thank you very much. And that's the thing is that, sometimes, most of the time when I'm frustrated or pissed off, or, and it may not necessarily be Ed, right? But I may be irritated from something else, and then his lollygagging and his, stress me out and, throw him in the shower or whatever. He always, I would say 85% of the time, he recognizes it. And he says, I appreciate what you're doing. Danielle, I appreciate what you're doing. Danielle, thank you. I know this is hard on you. It's hard on me too. Those moments bring you down, right? And then you say, oh, okay. He's feeling, right, my anxiety and my stress. And then I have to take a break and I have to say, you're right, Ed. I know. And he says, and he'll look me in the eye and he'll say, thank you. And so in those moments, you get back to reality a minute, and I'm lucky, and we have those moments where he can do that, and he does settle me down sometimes. He was never like that in the younger years, ever, ever, ever. And so it does give you that minute of clarity through the fog and the storms, right? And sometimes, like last night, I was laying in bed, and I was like, I should probably go up and help Dan or just tell him to walk away. And I was just like I couldn't do it. I was like, no, he can figure it out. And then Ed said that, and it brought him down. Dan, it just brings you down. Dan, I really this, and I was like, oh, I was in bed. I was like, oh, that was cute. And it does. And then Dan's like, Pop, I know. Thank you. I know. You're fine. And it does. And anybody who says that they can control any sort of reaction in a time of extreme frustration is a liar. Yeah. 47 years is a long fucking time. Yeah, long fucking time. And especially, those, I mean, it's not just caregiving that we're doing. There's so many other, we're lifing. Caregiving is just the cherry on the cake, and sometimes it's not the best. That's not the best. He is safe, yes. And I know sometimes when he's starting to have a really hard time and he's frustrated because we're frustrated, right? Because sometimes they get frustrated just as much as we, because we, the anxiety. And sometimes when I see in his eyes, right? Like that when putting him on that that lift, the Hoyer lift, he was scared. And I just can't do that. There's a look, there's a look when you see in his eyes. And then that's when you say you're safe. And you're safe. And most of the time he'll say, I don't, I know I don't understand what's going on here, or I don't know what's happening, and then you say you're safe, you're here, and you do that thing. So when we say that, typically it's because we've noticed his eyes. There's always something, your person, and their eyes, and when they're scared, when they're scared and they're very, yeah, like a panic almost. Yeah. Nor can you control a person's bodily functions. He deserves better. Megan, that's funny that you say that. That's funny that you say that. He deserves better. What's better for you? What's better than being in a home with his family? And if you say a care home, I'm gonna block you for your stupidity. Yeah. Even on my worst day, he's still gonna get the best care he would get with anybody else. So I don't know where the better care is, but if you can show it and, you know, show me any other way, I will, yeah, I will completely look to see what your better is because there's nobody better than me. There's nobody better than me, even on my worst day. I would kill somebody if on my worst day, if I saw a stranger on my worst day treating Ed that way, I would lose my fucking mind, right? Because they don't have the love that we have for him. If anybody mistreated Ed, other than me or Dan, and I'm not saying we mistreat him, but a stranger on our worst days act like that towards Ed, I would lose my fucking mind. Because at least I have love in my heart. At least I can calm myself down. At least he feels safe, even on my worst day. Oh, a different family member. Okay. That shows how out of touch. Where's that different family member? What family member, Megan? Out of curiosity, what family member would take better care of him? Please tell me, since you seem to know better. A different family member. All those different family members that are knocking on the door to take care of him, right? That makes sense. And the other different family members are a lot older and, mm, yeah, makes sense, Megan. Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. Spoken like somebody who's completely out of the loop. Anyway, so we have so many people trying to take Ed from us, like, we have to, like we have to hire security, you know? So many people want to do it. And, you know, it's funny, I have a friend that, I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. Anyway, yeah, better, a different family member. Hello? Different family member, where are you? Hello? Where are you at? Anytime you're ready, come get him. Carrie, Dave, Mark, Adam, Josh, where are you at? Anybody see him? Anybody? Anybody see him? Because I don't. Let me know if you see them. Okay, because I would love to give them for the night, for the day, for the week, forever. That would be wonderful. Hello? Anybody out there? Because they ain't out here. Yeah. All those family members. Yeah. All those fucking family members. Fuck. Megan, yes. I wish they were. Megan, I actually wish somebody would take them because maybe I could travel before I die. You know what I mean? But actually, it's here. I wouldn't even let them. Could you imagine? Fuck no. You think Dan and I would let them? We don't even have people spend the night with them because they can't do it. Megan, they can't do what we can do. I don't think you understand that. Our worst day is still a great day for Edward, right? Like, you don't get that. Like, it's so stupid because you don't like me and you don't like the reality of what I'm saying. That's on you, boo, not on me. The reality of people who caregive are that way, and their people are in their home. Even on a worst fucking day, it's the best day. And you think I'm going to give Ed to anybody at this point? That would be totally irresponsible for me at this point. Completely irresponsible for me to give somebody else to Ed at this point in his life. Are you fucking kidding me? Get over yourself. The fuck out of here. Um, thanks, James. I appreciate it. That's why we sacrificed to not go on vacations because one of us has to be here. Yes, I'm drunk. Yeah. On Red Bill. Dan calls it Red Bill. Any of our family now. That's so sad, Kristen. It's so sad. So I'm being honest because I don't, why would I not? To make people feel like they're doing things wrong. Like, it's so ugly. I want people to know I'm here. I feel it. And whether or not everybody feels exactly the same way, I think it's generally the same. We're frustrated. We're sad. We wake up. We don't want to do it. I woke up. I was like, I don't want to do this today. And it was very difficult to get him to move today. And it's frustrating. And then I had a dead rabbit I had to deal with and hoping that the dogs didn't get it. But I knew Dan had like changed them early in the night and it was just a catastrophe. Everything was wet. You know, you just have to fucking deal with it. And I'm pissed off because I have to do that. And it's a pain in the ass, right? It hurts. My body hurts. It hurts to flip flop him around, you know, especially when he's like, don't do that. Don't touch me. Ed, you're safe. I am changing your diaper because it's wet, you know, and then you have, oh, okay. And then the next minute you're flopping him around because he's not moving, right? And you have to use that sheet to turn him around. He's flip flopping around. He's like, it makes me laugh because I started laughing a little bit today because I'm just flipping him. You know, I'm trying to get my shit done, you know, flipping him, flipping him. And he's just going each way. Occasionally, he laughed a little bit today because I was really flip flopping him, you know, because it's hard work, right? And he's not strong enough for me to hold him up in the morning time because it's really hard. And I literally giggled, and he kind of looked at me this morning because I was in a rush. I had to try to get, and I was pissed because everything's fucking wet, right? And I'm like, motherfucker, really? Ugh. You know, and I'm just flip flopping. He kind of looked at me and he just kind of giggled a little bit because I was literally, you know, this side, get up. And he looked at me and laughed a little bit. And I giggled a little bit too. I'm like, sorry, bruh, you're going for a ride today. And so, you know, sometimes he's like, hold there a minute, holy moly, you know, he'll say something. And it makes me giggle. uh, the visual in my head I had this morning, I can't help it. Because, you know, I was in a rush. And what happens when you're in a rush? You're a little bit more, you're not as gentle. But he did. He looked at me and he laughed. He looked at me and laughed. I said, and it made me laugh because he was laughing. And I said, yeah, you're going for a little ride this morning. He's like, I guess. uh, oh, shit. That was funny. This guy. He's like, what are you doing now? I'm like, well, fuck, we got to take this gosh darn shirt off now. Damn it. And then I got him up this morning and I had to give him a little wipe down just to make sure, just in case I don't give him a shower today. But yeah. Yes, he would be better off with another family member. Speaking of, that would be a great idea. Another family member, Megan, would be perfect for him. Because I'm such an old hag, you know. Would he not tolerate a nighttime catheter? Hell no. He had a catheter for like 6 months. His urethra is not where it's supposed to be. And so they can't do a catheter at night anyway because it doesn't work for him anymore. Meals to make, husband to deal with. Dan deals with him a lot. Like Dan has been better at like just handling a lot more shit. But morning time is my deal because he stays in bed. Do you ever tell sorry for verbally abusing you when we're a small child? Elijah, nobody's verbally abusing. That's a little extreme. So God, yeah, and Susan, if God gets you through, I'm glad you have somebody to help. In the way with me, Danielle, but I'm glad and grateful for the laughs today. You're welcome, Paps, and I'm sorry. Hang in there. My mom was a caregiver for 7 years. She had dementia. Doctors told me she would never get this care at home. No, and doctors know. Yeah. Hey, my God, the poo. I can't with the poo. The poo gets really frustrating. Even I get frustrated. And when it's an ordeal like that, you know, it's hard because, you know, you lose your body just right is shutting down. I mean, his body, you know, the brain and now the body is not connecting right anymore. The poop was never a problem, but now it's become a problem. And so that's a very frustrating situation for everybody involved. But Dan is the BM master, so I let Dan do that. But I have to tell you that Dan has helped a lot. He's picked up a lot of slack because he can. I mean, I was out for 2 hours. Who sleeps for over 2.5 hours last night? Yeah, fuck you, the pooping issues. And so I've just been struggling a lot. And so he's also struggling. He's got a lot of shit on his mind and his body's hurting too. But we just have to help each other get through. Yeah. We just lost the catheter yesterday. Oh, I couldn't deal with the poo. It's really, the poo's hard. The poo is really hard. I'm not going to lie. So this morning I had the whole wetness of the whole bed, the whole body, the whole everything. Lately it's been because Dan's been changing them earlier. So technically I should, one of us should, to not have this problem in the morning, should get up in the middle of the night, but we just don't. We just don't because we're just tired, right? And so, so every morning I know it's going to be, because I know what time he's changing them. So I know it's going to be a tricky situation. And some mornings it's not that bad. But this morning was just a bad, it's never a good morning, right? But it always seems like the more traumatic the event, the more shit you have going on in the house. I had brown sugar everywhere. I had fucking mess from Dan. I had cups, and I had a fucking dead bunny. I had a fucking dead bunny on my carpet. So, and then there was like 50 cat throw ups last night. I don't know what the fuck. Was it from the bunny? Was it from but everybody threw up this morning. So I had cat puke everywhere. And I had Ed and I had to change him. I'm like, this is just not the morning. I woke up a little bit late, so I couldn't get my whole house fan early. My AC's already on. So, anyway, it's the bunny. The bunny. The poor little bunny. By the way, I've never had an experience with a bunny before, ever. There was a dead rat, a decapitated half body rat outside in the pasture. Fine. That's where it should be. Don't bring this shit in my house. A fucking dead bunny. Right? So it was very overwhelming. It gets overwhelming. And I'm very like routine oriented. And I'm very like, I have a system in the morning time. And when things don't work the way I want it to, which is bad because that's expectations, then I start getting very overwhelmed, right? But I had to make sure that nobody got the bunny. Coco didn't find it yet, so I was able to feed them, get the cats fed, change Grandpa, and then by the time I was coming back, Coco started seeing it. She would have probably grabbed it, you know? But I got it, and then I had to fucking, oh, fuck. Y'all. Oh, dead bunny. Look at my video. It's like half face. You see the ears. A cute little bunny. They should be punished for that. They should be punished for that. My friend's cat ate a bunny and she didn't feed it that day. But it wasn't even just a face. It wasn't even a whole. Cynthia, it wasn't even a whole fucking bunny. It was just a little fucking piece of the face. Cynthia, can you fucking believe that? Fuck, Cynthia. Cynthia was complaining about my language, and I thought I was doing good with my language. And then Cynthia had to bring it up, so then I'm gonna go fuck a lot more. Fuck. Who got it? One of my cats. I think it's Ozzy, the cat that I showed in the video. I think that little fucker did it. I think he's doing it. I think he's doing it. I know, I want to punish him. Not the bunny. Like the mice, fine. Leave the mice at the door. Let me know I get it. But don't bring a bunny or a rat inside or a mouse. I get the presents. Front door's fine. Why are we bringing him in the kitchen? For me to see. Like they know I'm going in the kitchen first thing in the morning, so they want to put it right on my carpet. They're a bunny murderers. A little cute little bunny. Fuck. Grab the pussycat day. Disgusting language from an adult female. Well, Jill, disgusting comment from an older woman. How about that? It goes both ways. Yeah, not the bunny. Fuck. Fuck the bunny. Yeah. And I so cute, the little ear. And I don't know. Like I don't know. It was the fucking bunny. I don't know what the fuck who fucking did it, but I fucking think Ozzy did it. I think fucking Ozzy is the fucking killer. I think he's the killer. He's the fucking killer. I believe he is. Did you see the way he looked at me and like all happy and shit? Like, Mom, did you like my present? No. Mm-mm. No. No. Ugh, the fucking bunny. Jesus loves me. Even with my cussing. Does Jesus still love me even though I say fuck? The ears were so fucking small. Uh, oh, my husband loves me, Jill. He cusses too. He actually taught me to cuss, Jill. We grew up together. We diddled each other ever since we were in the womb, and he taught me to say fuck. Yeah. And we like to fuck a lot. Fuck, 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 fuck. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Fuck. Fuck, 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 fuck. Fuck, 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 fuck. Fuckity fuck, 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 fuck. Fuck, 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 fuck. Hi, Christy. Jesus fucking loves me. No, see, I have to push it. Yes, I am pushing it too far because I'm obnoxious like that. Especially when people come on my page and leave ugly opinions. I don't give a fuck what you think. Don't like me. Get the fuck off my page. Right? Like, don't come on here and be mean. Don't be all passive aggressive and be a twat. Can I say that word? Twat. Um, Twat, 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 tweedly, twat, 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 twat. Oh, tweet, tweet. Remember that song? Tweet, tweet, tweedly, tweet, tweet. I can't get that rhyme in my head. Rocking the treetop all day long, twiddling and twaddling the twat, twat, twats. All the little twats on Jaybird Street loves to hear the twats go tweet, tweet, tweet. Anyway, I still have half of a Red Bull, not enough. Hi, Crystal. Okay, our Christy, fuck. Our Millie Pig book goes live next Friday. Yes, because they're trying to get a young bunny. I know, and mine fucking did it. Yes, I get more obnoxious when people say my shit. Yes, of course I do. And Jesus fucking loves me. That's what somebody said. I won't tell who said it, but Celeste said it. So there you have it. I don't know what I thought. Twat, tweedly. Didn't we do like a handshake or something with that? Why did we sing that song? Was it Jump Rope or something? All the little birds on Jaybird Street used to hear the robins go tweet, 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 robin, robin, tweet. Why did we sing? Why did we do that? Why did we do that? Why? Was there something we did with that as a little kid? Why do I still remember that? Do you still have the pig? Yes, one pig. She's my Millie pig. That's why we're doing the book. She has breast cancer, so we don't know when she's going to pass. So it's in honor of breast cancer because even animals get it. And so that's why we do the books. See, because it's Happy Days? No, I don't remember. We did something because I'm old. Thanks. Bye, Guax. Hug your cat. I don't remember why I did it. We did it with something. Whether it was Chinese jump rope, remember that? You can't see my feet, but I did Chinese jump rope. Yeah, I can't remember. I was just over here listening to that twat song. Twiddling twats. Oh God. Was it a hand thing? Oh, it was. It was a hand thing. Rockin' Robin. Tweet, tweedly, Rockin' Robin. Oh, Rockin' Robin wanna didn't we twirl or something? Whoa. Don't twirl on Lyrica and hey, Paps, I started what'd I start? Cymbalta. I started Cymbalta. It's my 5th day in. This is a Michigan flag, yes, because I have Michigonian friends and they were having a war. It was a Texas-Michigan flag, and they both were just being obnoxious with Texas gear and Michigan gear. It was like, who's better? We are. So anyway, I have inundation of Texas and Michigan shit. Yeah. Rock and Robin. Yeah, so I'm on. But I noticed that it's so far day 5, I'm just like, me, me, me. So we'll see how it goes. And I'm just procrastinating. I take Lyrica, yeah. Hope it helps my friend. Does it help you? It makes me pee. So I didn't read the side effects until today because I was like, does it make anybody pee? But it makes me pee because I take it at night. I love Lexapro, but I can't take it. Hi Joe. And like I take it at night for the first 2 weeks and then I add one in the morning, but I pee all night long. So I looked at the side effects. Now they're fucking in my head. And it said hard time peeing, but it kind of makes me pee too much. So I guess I'd rather pee than not, right? So gabapentin and Lyrica kind of work the same way, right? So it relaxes your whole central nervous system for the pain, right? For whatever chronic pain you have. And then the Cymbalta that I'm taking is also a depressant, right? So it's not an SSRI. I can't take SSRIs for my body. It made you agitated and angry. Oh, I was agitated and angry before this. So I'm hoping it doesn't make me any more than I already am. Um, but I do feel a little, I did try RSO, didn't work. I tried everything, trust me. So it makes me feel a little weird, but it does make me feel a little bit more off balance too. So I'm gonna have bruises everywhere because I run into everything. And it like feels like I'm ping more and I'm running into things more. So there's that. Yeah. So anyway, Arso is an oil, a tincture. Yeah. I love Cymbalta. I take it for neuropathy from chemo. Yeah, and Cymbalta is supposed to help the fibromyalgia too. So I'm on Lyrica and Cymbalta, and hopefully together it'll make me feel better. Yeah. Hi, Buffy. Peeing to help get the extra lymphatic liquid. I don't know. I've been just peeing so much. I was like, can it be possible that I have this much liquid at night? It's weird. I mean, I pee normal during the day, but at night it's just like an open fucking like. Ooh. Yes, Busy Bee, we can't unfortunately stop all that bullshit. Takes a good 4 to 6 weeks unless you're already on one. It wasn't. It's good to go from pain. It's the go-to for depression from pain. I benefiting from Cymbalta and Lyrica. Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. Okay, good. So 4 to 6 weeks. And they said that. But you know me, I'm impulsive. And so I'm like, what do I feel? Do I feel? Is this the way I'm feeling? Is this because I'm feeling this way? Is this the medication? Is this what's going on? Ah. About an hour. About an hour. Like I'm gonna get off here and do some stuff. Because I haven't really been working out. I've been just standing here talking to you guys. So have I tried? I've tried everything. Peekaboo, CBD, fern, tinctures. Nothing works. Sauvignon Blanc has been the best thing that works for me. Hi, Faith. I have fibro, hypermobile eds, POTS, chronic pain, hip replacement, knee, shoulder. Good. Shepherd, you're doing good. That's a great trifecta. More than trifecta. What's more than just three things to deal with? Thank you, life, for giving you the greatness of pain, illness, and everything else in life. No, your husband doesn't get it. They don't. Because my husband doesn't either. Like he sees me and he sees what I do and he's like, "Oh, you don't have pain, you know?" Okay. Guess I don't. And he complains about something and he's like, "Oh, you don't not like me." Okay. Probably not like you, but different than you. Lots of pain everywhere and my pain is intensified. So you feel pain and if you're feeling pain, that same pain for me would be at a 5006. Yes, PO box. It's in my link tree. Yeah, everything is me too. It drives me nuts. Oh god, my arms really hurting. Oh, I got the worst pain right here. It's like they all of a sudden want to communicate the minute you start, you know? They don't communicate, you know? And then they're like, you the minute you're like complaining about something or like, hey, can you oh yeah. Well, you think you're feeling that way. Let me tell you what you did. You don't get to tell me anything because you can't communicate. And you want to communicate before I come to you with my problems. Fuck, I hate that shit. I do acupuncture too. Of course, I do PT, acupuncture. I need to get better with massage. I just don't have time. Like, I just feel so overwhelmed with everything. But yeah, Dan's that way. Hey, I need to talk to you about something. Please don't do that. Well, do you know what you did? Uh-uh. This is my communication time. If you want to communicate, communicate after I talk to you or communicate me when it's happening. Jesus. Why do I feel like shit all the time? Because you probably have something. You need to go see a chronic pain doc, Chrissy. I feel like shit too. Are you perimenopausal too? That's just looking at me for you would never know. To my yes, and people don't like realize like just because somebody doesn't look like what does pain look like, right? And that's fucking you up too, girl. I'm telling you because I'm fucked up, and I think a lot of it too is intensified from my fibro. Um, so anybody who's you feel I feel like shit constantly. You know, my uterus is either like having a fight with itself or I'm spotting for 25 days or, I've got back pain, neck pain, fucking everything. Everything's intensified because it's fibromyalgia. I just figured it out. I think that's why I feel like shit. You joke. Well, you have to joke. You have to joke because you cry. I mean, there's days like the last week, I have just wanted to cry every day because I have woken up every day. I have not wanted to do anything. I don't want to run. Like my joy for everything is just gone. Like everything seems like a chore. Outside seems like a chore. Life just right now seems like a fucking chore. And everything hurts and I'm just not happy. So I get it. I get it. And I'm try to check out with Ed because I do the basics, I feed him, I get his breakfast ready in the morning, I wash his bed, I make his bed every day, I put away his clothes. What else do I do? I feed him. I mean, breakfast I always prepare for him. I prepare his pills at night. I give him his pills every night. I make him dinner. I clean up dinner. I change him early in the morning. And then the rest is Dan. The rest is Dan. Last night I fed him, and Dan was up, and I was in bed, and he said, "Have you brushed his teeth yet?" I said, "No," and then Dan took care of it. You know, so but I do the shit. I also shower him every other day. So I still do my time, but like he's doing a little bit more because I'm having a hard time. New ideas. God, I try to do hi Pep. I try to do everything. I don't know. I run out of ideas because Ed in my family's so basic, and I just do a lot of I call them mishmashes. I put chicken in a pan, use vegetables, onions, and do it with rice or with noodles. Tacos are always a good thing. Burritos are easy for Ed to eat. Turkey burgers. Gosh, what else do I do? I like to barbecue, although I haven't barbecued lately because I just haven't felt like it. Lots of salads. Yeah. Lemon balm tincture. No, haven't done that. Haven't done that. I'm tired. I'm procrastinating right now. If you don't know anything, this is procrastination. I got to attack some of my wisteria because it's getting too long. So I have to do that. And it's just getting hotter. My house cleaners come at 1 today. So at least I don't have to deep clean or anything like that. So that's a present. So that takes one thing off my back today is, cleaning up and cleaning toilets. My toilets are despicable. You guys, my toilets are bad. And normally I clean them um, before because I get so embarrassed, but I haven't even touched them. I haven't touched them. Uh, well, that's what I pay them for, right? So that's helpful today. So I have to do laundry. Ed's bed was wet, so I got to clean that. So I do the other stuff, right? So, Dan will walk him a couple times a day. I'll make him a sandwich probably today. Sometimes Dan will go get him lunch so that caregivers don't have to do it. Um, but most of the time, I do all the other things, which is a lot, right? I do a lot of other things. And he'll walk him a couple times a day, take him to the bathroom, try to get him to poop. And it's a 50-50 on putting him to bed at night. Sometimes we both do it, or I do it more, or he does. It just depends on the week. But 90%, I wouldn't. He said 90% of the time. I don't know. It's not 90. It's good. Most days, some days are a little bit more than what I do, and vice versa. I don't think it's anymore. I do more, right? He walks them, but I do everything else. No. How far do they walk a couple times a day? Like they'll walk the house. So sometimes Ed's like, I don't want to sit down. So Dan will loop the house several times, walk, and then he gets tired. So yeah, Dan walks him. I walk him, in the morning time. I've gotten him up the last couple mornings, and I'll walk him from his bed all the way to the living room, and then I roll him into the kitchen. And then Dan will get him up at least one time, probably a couple times, probably 2 to 3 times a day. In between the day, he'll get him up, walk him, and take him to the bathroom, change his clothes and all that stuff, or changes whatever, and try to get him to poop. Really, that's what we're trying to do. Because like this is day 3, so day 3 is always nerve wracking because you want to poop, and we have date night, so it sucks because we get that call, hello, caregivers can't take them. Yeah. All right, I really got to go. I got enough procrastinating. I got this blue jay like coming in here. He won't come in here. He keeps landing on the gutter, but he comes in and eats the cat food. But he won't come in here when I'm in here. But it's the same one every day. He comes in here. Christy, there's a new character. um, Mr. Blue Jay. Uh, but he's waiting for me. He keeps coming, looking, and he goes to the grass. It's so funny. So I have so many animals. I have a possum. I have a frequent visitor of a possum. He comes in. We have a possum too, Christy. No, he's waiting. He keeps looking in here. He gets on that. He flies up here. He gives me a look and he sits on the gutter and then he flies away. He's waiting for me because I catch him all the time eating the food. We have a possum. Um, and I don't even get scared anymore when I see him in here. I'm like, hey, dude, what's up? He doesn't even move. So I have to get a video of it somehow. But he doesn't even move. He sees me now and he just kind of like scurries away from the food and just sits and looks at me. I'm like, hey, Frank, what's up? Peace. Enjoy the food. Left you some down below for you. So now I got a blue jay and a possum. Add that to the list. And dead animals. So pretty aggressive. Yeah, he wants the food because I'm in and out all day long. And I have to make more hummingbird food. My hummingbirds are like starving. So I got a lot to do today. And here I am just rocking back and forth. Take it easy. I wish, John. I took it easy yesterday for the most part. My taking it easy is probably not like somebody else's taking it easy, but I do. Anyway, okay. Gotta go. I have another puking cat. Love this time of year. Hairballs. Yeah. Anyway, okay, love you. My dad is the pigeon. We named the pigeon is my dad. So anyway, okay, guys, love you. Bye. Have a good day. See you mañana.